Hey guys, Two Lovers here, and today another Maple commentary. This is some Root Abyss gameplay with 2 dual blades, because 2 is better than 1, especially when your partner doesn't do much for the entire game. Unlike conventional videos, this is a spoiler. You don't actually complete the boss within the time limit, because my damage sucks and I'm not hitting 50 M per line. Ignoring that, and the fact that my partner does like next to no damage half the time, what I would like to talk about today, yeah, English, I don't know how it works, but what I was going to talk about today is character control. Well, it's something that a lot of people have been talking about this recently, and by recently I mean over the past few, I don't know, years, ever since like Root Abyss came out. How it's important to know how to dodge stuff. You can't just tank damage nowadays, because Maple's way of making everything cheap, fair and balanced is to add percent HP attacks. So it doesn't matter what class you're playing now, it doesn't matter if you have 2 billion HP Demon Avenger or you have like a 5 HP Corsair or something. So yeah, you have that. And it also doesn't matter whether you have 90% avoid or 94% avoid because you're a Xenon. You will just take damage all the time, because that's how cheap Root Abyss is. I don't know, it's kind of lazy game design wise, but oh well, you can't complain, right? I mean, at least you're not fighting Blackheart, which is full of shit. It just kills you in one hit. I don't know, I mean, my dual blade has never lived like one hit of it. No, it lives some hits and then suddenly it will do 30 damage more than my max HP and I'll die. It's not the damage reflect that kills me. So yeah, character control. So notice I suck. I'm getting hit constantly by the knockbacks and all that thing. But I'm doing, well, I guess somewhat better than the other guy that isn't my party, that isn't doing much other than sitting around looking like trying to buff and immediately getting knocked back and stunned. Something about those hats is very important to avoid as thief, because it cancels your mirror image, shadow partner, whatever the hell. Well, I guess for Xenon it's not a big deal because your mirror imaging thing, I forgot what the name of the skill is, but yeah, that thing casts basically instantly. So, whatever. So, for actual character control, Dual Blade's a little bit challenging when it comes to some of the Root Abyss bosses, because you have to be up close to do damage. The problem is, being up close means that the boss will be able to hit you. So, I burn a lot of pots in this video. It seems that half the time I can reliably dodge the attacks by jumping. I can also Phantom Blow and rush to the other side the minute he changes his animation to face me, but that isn't very efficient in terms of doing damage, to be honest. Because of how crappy my damage is, I have to rely heavily on doing damage most of the time. So this is the first hat, and if you don't already know, if it's blue, it would announce. Well, it will announce who is chasing. It's blue. If not, then it's red, and then you'll do its one-hit KO attack if it feels like it. Okay, so he felt like doing it, and my friend died because he's competent. So while he spends the next day and a half buffing, you can see that it's kind of important to know how to dodge the boss's attacks, but sometimes you can't always avoid it, because like Maple itself isn't really designed for dodging crap. Although the Root Abyss bosses are a lot more fair than like Magnus, who can do all sorts of nasty things to you that you don't really want to get involved in. So here's Red again. It's about dodging. You gotta know when he's around. Red mode isn't very hard to dodge. In fact, the clown isn't very hard to dodge in general, because all you need to do is stay away from him. If you are Xenon, you could just spam snipe from 2 miles away and do like 1 billion damage per line because, well, you're a Xenon. Okay, sure. Yeah, but you're a dual blade, you have limited range. As long as you're in range for Phantom Blow, he's in range to hit you. And just flash jump into that hat because my character control is good. Character control also includes knowing like how far your flash jump will go, so it allows you to dodge the attacks. What skills you have at your disposal to help you evade. One thing I did not realize in this run until the next is that you can actually dodge since the fire. Pierre or the clown itself counts as the fire. When you touch him during the spinning phase, as when he's blue, it counts as touch damage. So you can use the cheapskate technique known as Dark Side to dodge him. I don't know how I dodged the hat there, but I guess I did. You're not supposed to stand on him because he will skill lock you, and it's okay to use that to go through him like that. Ideally, as a dual blade, you want to pretty much do what I'm doing right now. You turn around and attack him. Just I did that a bit badly. It's very important to know like what buttons to press. All this should be just muscle memory. Controlling your character should be like moving your hand. That's how simple you want to get it down to, so that you won't struggle with anything. As you can see in the chat, my friend, quite a while ago, has already said that he's down to 2 lives. Which, you can see his character control makes all the difference though. There's no real difference in damage right here. I mean, he's 10 levels higher and he just died again to the same one-hit kill attack. Being aware about what's going on around you is very important. And he just died again, so he's now gonna play passive for the next 7 minutes of the battle, which means that I'm the only one doing damage. Yay! Isn't that helpful? Okay. Enough complaining though. I totally knew that he was going to do that, but I kind of waited a little too long. So I cast Final Cut here. It would have been a bit risky to do that because if he had the same color hat as me, then my buffs would be a bit off in terms of cooldown and stuff like that. One thing you should know is that if you have the opposite hat color of him, you will do full damage. As in, you're not affected by magic cancel. Physical resist. What am I talking about? I can't speak today. One thing to note is that you seem to be practically invincible while you're inside the hat. And I make the mistake of not flash jumping before I cast Mirror Image, so I got sealed there. And I'm a bit close here because I don't put enough distance, and I need to rebuff. So I do it right in front of him, which is obviously the best choice. If you happen to be rich, you could probably buy Pet Auto HP. It helps a ton in this. If you haven't noticed by now, my character looks a little different. That's because of the random beauty coupons. I ended up with this look. It's not really what I wanted, but it looks cool. It covers up my crappy face accessory and all that crap. So I don't have a problem with it. What I do have a problem with is my friends occasionally attacking him with the same color hat. Alright, so more jumping around. I mean, I'm quite happy to see that most bosses these days actually require some level of skill and not just pressing and holding the button. Like how it's possible to do Magnus with some 200k range, but only if you know how to dodge really well. But still though, when you create bosses that require a lot of skill, sometimes it's a bit better to remove the time limit, because you know people can stay alive. You have both now. In this case, you have both the time limit and death count, which honestly it's really like restrictive to the player. If you want to make the game a bit more friendly to unfunded people, well, I know you're kind of encouraging party players. The fact that you need 2 people in Root of this. In order to get in, but seriously, having a time limit is kind of like, you know, just nobody wants to do that. You have a time limit and you don't do enough damage, it becomes a DPS race again. And my friend can totally attack him right now, but he has no all cure potion. Note that I have no all cure potion too, I'm just using holy water. But, well, what can you expect? Not everybody has all the potions they need at hand, alright? If you've seen at the beginning of the video, I have like 170, 180, 190 potions. Right now, I only have 83 health potions left. That's how much I burned just by tanking the damage and hitting him. I mean, I'm not just tanking, I'm trying to avoid the knockbacks by going through him, but it's not very easy to maximize your DPS and, well, keep attacking. So the fight gets a little bit boring sometimes because he always has the same hat. It's not like everybody gets a different colored hat all the time. It's like, always the same hat. You can, I mean, given the amount of lives I have, I could probably suicide just to get a different hat, but I had Final Cut on, so if I suicide, I had to recast Final Cut, and I had to wait for the cooldown to be over. Okay, we can attack him now, and he's now busy casting mirror imaging. Woo! That's fantastic. Where does he teleport to? Having a class that does damage over time, or if you are Xenon, you have those airframes things that attach to your enemies. It's much easier to see where he's going to teleport to, and it also helps in other bosses like Vellum, which I swear is not hard at all. It's just the world's biggest DPS race. Well, world's biggest DPS race not called Chaos Horntail or Chaos Zaku. So I switch out my potions here. Yeah, still trying to dodge the crap. It kind of takes a while. Because my friend has no all cures. Whoa! We're getting saves today with no all cure potions. As with all boss fights in Maple, they're super interesting and they are 100% not repetitive. And of course, he dies for the last time while trapped in a hat. So he just complains and leaves the map, which is okay. Well, fine, since I'm screwed anyway, I have to do the last bit of damage like that, and he is not going to change his hat color. Fantastic. So, this video is probably going to end quite soon. As you can see by the time limit, I still don't die. We do manage to clear the boss with 9 seconds left in our next attempt. But honestly, next time I do Abyss, I just want the partner that does more attacking. So I guess I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary and a bit of the gameplay. I know the gameplay is not very exciting. Once you get here, he just refuses to give me a different hat from him. So no chance in killing him here. That is it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.